Most people don't fail because they're weak. It's because they live their entire lives in what you could call reaction mode. They're busy, sure, they're active, but they're not effective. So today we're going to break down the system from Covey's incredible book that honestly changes all of that. All right, so let's get right into it. Most of us, and I mean most of us, are caught in a trap we don't even see. It's this daily cycle of just reacting, and it leaves you feeling completely drained, right? You're full of motion, but there's no real progress. It probably looks a little something like this.
First thing, the day starts. The alarm goes off.
And before you've even had a single thought of your own, you're grabbing your phone. You're looking at what the rest of the world demands from you.
Instantly, you're pulled into other people's emergencies, their priorities. You become a problem solver for whatever's making the most noise.
And from that moment on, the rest of the day is just a blur. You're just handling whatever screams the loudest. You're constantly putting out fires, but you're never actually building anything of your own.
So at the end of it all, you finally hit the pillow, and you're left with this question. Why is my life so full, but I don't feel strong? Why am I so active, but not effective? Well, that is the exact problem Covey's work is built to solve.
Okay, so here it is, the first and maybe the most fundamental shift you have to make. It's moving from a life of reaction to a life of true responsibility. And believe me, this is where your real power begins.
And it all starts with how we talk to ourselves, Reactive people, they blame everything else. The stress, their boss, the economy, bad timing. Their catchphrase is, I had no choice. But effective people do something totally different. They focus on the one and only thing they can actually control, their response.
So look, the crucial point is this. Real effectiveness is not about controlling the world. It's about controlling yourself within the world. You might not control the event, the traffic, the difficult client, whatever it is, but you always, and I mean always, control what you do next. The very second you stop blaming, you take your power back. Simple as that. All right, let's build on that with the second big insight. Because once you take responsibility, the very next question is, responsible for what? See, if your priorities aren't crystal clear, your life is just going to be ruled by noise. And this is the trap we all fall into. A ringing phone feels urgent, right? A new email, that feels urgent. Some random problem pops up, and it feels like the most urgent thing in the world. But here's the key. Urgent doesn't mean it's valuable. Meanwhile, the truly important stuff, your health, your family, your actual long-term goals, they don't scream for your attention. They just wait. So you've got to stop asking, what do I feel like doing right now? And start asking a much, much more powerful question. What actually matters most? Really think about it. Is it fixing your health? Is it building your business? Repairing a relationship? You have to be the one to define it. And Covey's big rocks analogy is just the perfect way to think about this. Picture your time as an empty jar. The big rocks are your most important priorities, the things we just talked about. You have to put those in the jar first. After that, the gravel and the sand, the emails, the meetings, all the small tasks, they can fill in the gaps around the big stuff. But if you do it the other way around, if you fill your jar with sand first, there is no way those big rocks are ever going to fit. Look, if your calendar doesn't protect what matters, then what matters is just talk.
Okay, and that brings us to the third major insight, which is all about how you deal with other people. Because you can be responsible, you can be perfectly prioritized, but if you treat people like obstacles, you're going to build a very, very weak kind of success. The big shift here is from conflict to trust.
A lot of us think that success means winning every single argument, dominating every meeting, just always being right. But that approach, it just creates tension. It completely kills collaboration, it burns relationships, and in the long run, it absolutely 100% limits how far you can possibly go. And this is where Covey gives us the master skill. He says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. See, trust doesn't come from talking the most. It comes from understanding first. It means you listen before you defend, you ask questions before you assume anything. And let's be clear, this isn't soft, it's smart. It's how you build alliances instead of creating enemies. And the results? They're totally concrete. In business, trust speeds everything up. On a team, it cuts out all the friction and the politics. In leadership, it creates this unshakable loyalty. When people genuinely trust you, better conversations, better partnerships, and better deals, they just happen. So when you put these three insights together, what you've got isn't just a few good ideas.
You have a system for living. It's a clear, repeatable path to a much more intentional and powerful life. So let's recap the system real quick. Number 1, take full responsibility for your response. Stop blaming, start choosing. Number 2, stop letting noise run your day. Protect your real priorities. Put those big rocks in first. And number 3, build trust. Learn how to win with people, not against them.
And really, the difference between these two paths is night and day. A life of reaction, it just leads to being stuck, frustrated, and feeling weak. But a life of intention, one that's built on this system, that leads to more clarity, more discipline, and ultimately a whole lot more strength in every single area that matters to you. And that really brings us to the final, most crucial point of all. Effectiveness is not some personality type you're born with. It's not about luck, and it's not about talent. It is a system of thinking. It's a way of choosing how you treat your time, how you treat your problems, and how you treat the people around you. And that choice, it's available to you every single day. So the real question isn't whether you can do it. The real question is, will you?